yeah, this is a time lapse. We are not flying so fast in reality.
Thanks for the wonderful effect of this video, but the scenery is just beautiful. Can you share with us one of your memorable moments in helicopter flying?
Okay, actually there are a lot of memorable moments because flying is so fascinating and so nice. But I vividly remember my very first solo, like I believe most of the pilots, in Shekong, and when I was transitioning and then climbing out. I'm not a very religious person, but at that moment I thought, if there's God, please watch over me. This I still remember. And but there are so many beautiful moments when I flew in LA, for example. You fly over LAX airport, you can cross the runways there at 1,500 feet. This is very, very fascinating. But also all the flying in Hong Kong when we practice in Shekong or when we do practice outside. Too many nice memories to mention. But I would like to take this opportunity today also to thank our volunteer instructors who taught me flying my PPL license. I mean, to get my PPL license, which was John Lee, Simon Check, Joe Lee and Danny Patterson. They made it possible for me that even people like me could learn flying, because I would consider myself just average talented. I'm not too stupid, but I'm also not too smart in flying, just average. But they taught me flying well. Simon, Chuck and John Lee, they also taught me the instructor course, and finally I can give back to the club and also be a volunteer and pass on my knowledge and teach people flying.
Since you're now instructing also, so there are some differences between flying yourself in the helicopter and now flying someone else in the teaching someone to fly in the helicopter.
Teaching is actually, the thing is, just to fly, do your radio calls occasionally is already a lot of multitasking. But when you start teaching, you have to fly, continuously talk to the student, make sure he doesn't screw up, does anything wrong, watch the airspace, that you don't have any conflicts with other aircrafts. This adds a lot to the multitasking, and actually you're very busy all the time. So, but it's just a matter of commitment and willingness to do it. So I think most of the people, they can achieve that also to become an instructor if they're dedicated enough, dedicate time and willing to study hard, and also willing to take the pressure of taking such instructor course and learn it.
Great. Now I want to hold you for one more minute. I want to open up the stage for maybe some questions from our public here. So 請問有邊位想問下 Ronald 一啲飛行上嘅問題咧？我哋可以分享下㗎。小朋友有冇問題咧？關於香港嘅航空，其實好啊，你等我陣啊。
So can you fly between the buildings, like around here? Can you do that?
No, there are certain areas where we are not allowed to fly with single-engine helicopters. All the helicopters you can see on the right-hand side, they are single-engine helicopters, and they are not allowed to overfly highly populated areas. Yeah? That means with a lot of buildings and or a lot of factories. But for example, the twin-engine helicopter there, November Tango from Heli Services, they could fly straight across the island, Hong Kong Island. They can fly over Tsim Sha Tsui and Mong Kok because they have a twin engine, and if one engine fails, they still can fly forward and look for landing site and land. If in a single engine helicopter the engine fails, you're not going to die if you do everything correct, but you just have one way down. You need to look for landing site and you go down, and if you're over Mong Kok, nowhere to land. Yeah? So we need to have a little bit open areas. That's why we stay away from highly populated areas.
係啊，請容許我講少少補充下 Ronald 頭先講嘅。咁其實大家喺現場見到嘅直升機咧，都有分單引擎同埋雙引擎嘅。咁如果真係要喺呢啲高樓大廈嗰度飛咧，咁係需要一架雙引擎嘅直升機。如果大家仲未有時間咧，其實係可以去我哋台上面左手邊呢一架 Heli Services 嘅直升機。其實佢哋係做好多遊覽嘅服務。咁因為佢哋係有雙引擎啦，咁佢哋咧係可以去多啲香港嘅地方。咁如果一個引擎有問題嘅時候咧，另一個引擎仍然可以繼續佢嘅飛行嘅。咁但係如果單引擎嘅直升機嘅話咧，如果一個引擎有問題嘅時候咧，咁佢唯一當然咧好安全嘅，但係佢都需要去做一啲安全嘅措施去降落。請問在場仲有冇邊位有問題俾 Ronald 咧？你等我。
Ronald, thank you for sharing, and I'm also a helicopter friends, and I would like to know about what is your favorite helicopter? The favorite helicopter?
The Robinson R22, but only if I fly it myself without a passenger. Because I'm not so light, if I have a passenger, you're getting very close to the power limit, and you don't have a very high power margin. But if I fly alone, to me it's so pure, it's so nice, it's so agile, and I just love it. Yeah? And it's tiny, you can get almost into every spot, so that's why I really love the R22, as long as I'm flying it alone.
咁咧，我又補充一下啦。咁直升機咧都有好多種類嘅。咁我 Ronald 最中意嗰架咧係其實架 R22，咁係比較細啲嘅，咁可以去多啲地方啦。咁同埋咧喺我哋揸飛機嘅時候咧，有一樣嘢都需要密切留意嘅就係 weight and balance。咁因為咧飛機係唔可以負重過多啦，咁所以阿 Ronald 好願意剔一位比較重量輕少少嘅 passenger 嘅，下次你可以揾下佢一齊飛。So I'm sure a lot of people would love to fly with you. So I would suggest they join the Hong Kong Aviation Club.
More than happy to fly with anyone. Just join our club and fly with us.
係啊，咁我哋可以再問多一個問題㗎，睇下邊位有興趣。好啊，
等陣。Ronald, since you are a highly experienced pilot, can you share with us you must have met some severe event or accident. Can you share with us your experience?
Actually,
be careful what you say. We have a lot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go too much into details. Actually, if you are conservative and very cautious and you're not a cowboy, you don't encounter too often really dangerous situations because you're cautious. There's one saying for pilots: they are old pilots and they are bold pilots, but there are no old bold pilots. And but I have one situation I can share. I had it was about 1.5 years ago, and I was caught by bad weather. There was nothing in the TAF, nothing in the forecast, and I was really caught by bad weather, and I couldn't fly back to Shekong because the visibility was very bad. And so I just did what luckily we can do with a helicopter. We look for a safe landing site, land, shut down the helicopter, and wait until the weather improves, and then fly back. This is a mistake which happens to many pilots, especially also to experienced pilots. They still press it and want to fly back in very bad weather, and this is unfortunately where accidents happen, because people think, last time I could do it, this time I also can do it. No, if bad weather, don't take a chance, especially in a helicopter. Look for a safe landing site, away from people, buildings, you don't disturb anyone. Land it, shut down the helicopter, and wait for the weather to improve.
好多謝 Ronald。咁其實 Ronald 頭先都講到啦，航空同埋天氣咧有莫大嘅關係。咁如果天氣差嘅時候咧，我哋都係唔可以去到咁盡嘅。咁佢有一次咧就係去到一笪地方咧，天氣真係比較差，咁佢就需要停咗直升機，真係shut down咗個 engine，跟住等到天氣好翻嗰時先再飛嘅。不過咧， 就我哋航空飛行嘅時候咧，我哋都永遠係安全第一嘅，所以你見到Ronald都仲喺度啊，咁一啲都係唔需要怕，我哋有足夠嘅安全措施跟住嚟做嘅。咁我哋今日 thank you so much Ronald for sharing your experiences, your inspiring stories. You're telling us everyone can fly, so we're taking your words for it. We'll try to realize our dreams also. Thank you, and we will.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you so much.